Hello everyone, this is Emo and today we will be reviewing One Piece chapter 1045, Next Level. And this is one hell of a goofy chapter that I'm not sure how to think about it, because this is supposed to be the climax of the fight, and I guess they said the last chapter this is the most ridiculous fight, but this is so goofy. The art's really good, but it's so goofy that I'm not sure how to think about it. It looks cool and new, but I can't fit my head around that this is the climax of the Kaido versus Luffy fight, because I was really enjoying the seriousness before, when both of them were trading blow for blows, and Luffy uses Future Sight and Snake Man, so Kaido also uses Future Sight. Like, Luffy here, he's overpowered, but he's not too overpowered. Like, I don't understand, neither Kaido nor the readers nor Luffy, I think, understand his new powers. Like, Luffy's getting beaten, but he's not getting beaten, if you understand what I mean. It's a bit confusing. And in the beginning of the chapter, Kaido mentioned something that I mentioned last chapter, that Luffy's awakening makes his surrounding a robbery, and this looks like a Paramecia's awakening, but his transformation looks like a Zoan fruit transformation or awakening, so it still makes me think that there could be two devil fruits in one, or either Nika was a robbery man. We still don't know. And throughout the whole chapter, you can kind of hear the sound effects come out of the pages. And in the beginning of the chapter, when Kaido ate Luffy, and Luffy turned into a balloon, he turned Kaido's stomach also into rubber, and that made Kaido really confused. And also, I didn't understand this panel at all, where Luffy put his hands through both Kaido's eyes. I don't understand how. I guess it's so ridiculous that it can't be explained, maybe. And then Luffy turns into a giant form. So most people's theories were true, that Luffy's awakening will make him turn into a giant. But probably most people thought he would turn into a giant in Elbaf, but he turned out here. And you would think that Luffy would here be really overpowered and get the upper hand on Kaido. But on the other hand, Kaido bites him in the leg, and then Luffy holds Kaido's head and tail and plays jumping rope with him. And this is not the upper hand. And that's why I'm thinking he's overpowered, but not overpowered at the same time. It's quite weird. And then Kaido borrow breathes Luffy, so Luffy turns black, like as if he's a cartoon character who just been burnt up. Then when he was burnt with the borrow breath, he went flying out of Onigashima. Then he ran with cartoon legs and sound effects, and he ran back to Onigashima. So I don't understand. Is he flying, running on air? It's so ridiculous. Then Luffy goes to punch Kaido. Then Kaido uses Ragnarok on him, so his head bashes through the Onigashima rooftop, and everybody on the live floor sees Luffy, and we see this panel of Law, Kid, Chopper, Nami and Tama, and while their eyes are popping out, and then his head jumps back to back to the rooftop, and he turns back to normal size, and he runs out of energy in this very very funny panels where we see the energy getting drained out of him. And Kaido even asks him in a very angry, comedic way, what the hell are you? And we also see that Kaido is getting tired from all the fighting in Onigashima. And I still believe that Kaido will awaken his devil fruit the next chapter so that he could keep up with Luffy. And while his energy was drained out, Kaido tells him, you can rest easy and die, then your tale will be told about how you fought this war. And then Luffy says a line from Rinkise, which is, when you're dead, only your bones stick around. And then he starts gaining more energy as his heartbeat starts to pound the drums of liberation again. And as his heart pounds the drums of liberation, we see an amount of Conqueror's haki pounding through him. Then Kaido goes to hit Luffy with his cannonball. Then the cannonball goes through Luffy. So Luffy, his head turns into takes the shape of the cannonball, which is very, very confusing as he says he's hurt, but how does someone defeat Luffy right now? As shouldn't Haki like cancel the Devil Fruit's ability? Or because Luffy has added a Haki to his face so that the Haki is shielding him, just like when Doflamingo hit Gear 4 and he found that really his Haki really also rubbery. And then Kaido hits Luffy into the ground turns into rubber, so Luffy bounces out. Then Luffy goes and to punch Kaido with a new attack where his hands are spinning around him really fast, like Gomu Gomu no UFO. And Kaido says, what in the world is this pure white transformation? He's coated with armament and Conqueror's haki, and he can influence anything around him with his ability. He fights with such freedom, so versatile, I have never seen anything like it. And then Luffy's hand, as he attacks Kaido, goes through his face, which is very, very weird, as I don't understand what's happening at all, and I don't know if anybody understands what's happening. Even Kaido is very confused at what's happening. And then we end this chapter where Kaido is on his back and Luffy says, I'm having the time of my life, Kaido. As I said in the beginning of this chapter, I don't know how to feel about this chapter, as it's very ridiculously goofy. I kind of understand it and I like the art style and it makes me laugh, but I don't know, maybe I would have preferred a more serious fight, but I don't know if a serious fight would be doable with Luffy's Gear 5. Maybe it will turn even more serious, but as the Gorosei say, it's the most ridiculous fruit. Overall, it's a really good chapter. I'm still a bit confused and shocked on the climax fight, as I said, but it's a really good chapter. It's really fun, it could make you laugh, you can hear the sound effects coming out of the pages. Overall, solid chapter. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it really helps me out a lot. This is Emo, and I will see you next time.